Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal. I warned you in my previous video that Nvidia and other AI stocks may drop today because CPI or inflation data is due tomorrow. So market is cautious. So today's drop is in line with my previous expectation. In this video, we will dig into further in this drop. And we will also do some comparative analysis between AMD, Nvidia, and SMCI. And we will further discuss what should we expect rest of the week. Now, let's get started. You see this table on your screen. I have put together the percentage increase or decrease for AMD, Nvidia, and SMCI for 6 months, last 5 days, and for today. Okay, so we have long-term view 6 months and short-term view today and last 5 days, so we can get a better idea. So looking into this table starting from 6 months, you see that SMCI did 400% increase, and then Nvidia, and then AMD. So AMD did the lowest. In the shorter term view, you see that the fluctuations in SMCI much higher than Nvidia and AMD. Same thing for last 5 days. So SMCI did 4% increase in last 5 days, Nvidia 0.65, and AMD went down 0.89%. So taking a look in both long-term and short-term picture, we see that Nvidia in the long term did the decent movement, right? Not too far off from AMD. Okay, kind of lie in the middle. And in terms of the variability of fluctuation, it's not too bad. So overall, Nvidia is much better stock than other AI stocks. I keep telling this in my video that Nvidia is a better stock, and data speaks for itself. Now let's take a quick look on technical charts. Starting with AMD, I'm showing you 6 months daily interval chart. The lowest point is 93.67 and the highest is 211.38. You see that from the lowest point to the highest point, there is no major drop happened. So today's drop and the Friday's drop makes sense. And there is more room for further drop. Okay, and this will depend on the CPI data for tomorrow. If the CPI data comes hotter than expected, so we'll see more drop happening tomorrow. If not, then probably I'll expect market go up tomorrow. RSI at this point is 60, slightly overbought. So RSI is also telling there is room for further drop. Now let's take a look at Nvidia. This chart for Nvidia, 6 months and daily interval. The lowest point is 403. The highest point is 926.69. So same story, no major drop happened in last 6 months. Today's drop and the Friday's drop totally makes sense to me, and there is more room for further drop. RSI is at 65, so RSI is also telling it's slightly overbought, so there is more room for drop. So again, this will depend on the CPI data. Okay, so comes higher than expected, you'll see the drop. If not, then you'll see the market go up. Now let's take a look SMCI. This chart is for SMCI 6 months and daily interval. The lowest is 231.54 and the highest is 1159.76. Wow, take a look. In just 6 months, see the change? Much higher than Nvidia and AMD. And also, you take a look, daily fluctuations, see, from here to here and then up and down and up and down, way much higher than Nvidia and AMD. Right now, today's drop and Friday's drop totally makes sense because there is no major drop happened from the lowest and the highest point. Okay, RSI is at 65, same story, more room for further drop. Take a look, this one, this looks so crazy. The RSI has been above 70 for more than 3 weeks, from 115 through 210. That's crazy. See the slope? very steep slope. That's why I keep saying SMCI is a very dangerous stock. If you unluckily enter the wrong trade, then you will be sitting on your trade for so long. You will get stuck. Okay. For example, if you had bought at this point, then you'll have to wait for at least 2 weeks to come back to that point again. Okay. So be very cautious when you trade SMCI. Okay. Because the daily fluctuations are much higher than other AI stocks. So this was my analysis on AMD, SMCI, and Nvidia about today's update and the rest of the week's movement. What should we be expecting? The rest of the week all depends on the CPI. Okay, that will set the direction for the stocks for rest of the week. Now the question is, if Nvidia can touch 800 or 1000 this week. So answer to the question is, it depends on the CPI data. Okay, so if the gap between expected CPI and the actual CPI is much high, okay, then you will see the market going in that direction very fast. For example, if CPI data comes hotter than expected, and if it comes more than 20% hotter than expected, then I see that Nvidia might touch 800. But if the CPI data just above the expectation, then probably it won't go down that much. Okay. On the other hand, if the CPI data far below the expectation, meaning less than 20% down versus the expectation, then you will see Nvidia going up like crazy this week. And there are chances that it might touch 1000. If not this week, probably next week. Okay. So that's all I had for today. I hope you liked the video. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.